They had expected resistance. They had not expected chaos at knife-fighting distance. The battle turned into a brutal exchange where neither side could clearly see the other. Ships passed so close that sailors could hear voices across the water. And in that confusion, the Japanese formation also began to lose cohesion. The bombardment mission required precision, timing, coordination. Instead, they were locked in a close-range slugfest. And dawn was coming. That was the factor no one could ignore. If the Japanese ships remained in the area at first light, aircraft from Henderson Field would attack them in open water. Even a damaged airstrip was enough to launch bombers. And without air cover, capital ships were vulnerable. The High A was already crippled, her speed reduced, steering damaged, fires visible for miles. To stay meant risking the loss of a battleship. To withdraw meant abandoning the bombardment. Japanese commanders faced a decision: finish off the American ships and press toward Henderson Field, or disengage before daylight exposed them to air attack. They chose to withdraw. It was not a clean retreat. The High A would later be finished off by American aircraft. But the rest of the bombardment force pulled away into the darkness. And just like that, the annihilation of the U.S. Navy in those waters did not happen. Not because the Americans had dominated the fight, not because the coordination had suddenly improved, but because the Japanese chose not to gamble everything at dawn. For the Americans who survived that night, it did not feel like victory. 7 U.S. ships were lost. Hundreds of sailors were dead. Senior leadership had been wiped out in minutes. And yet, Henderson Field still stood. Guadalcanal was still contested. The fleet had not collapsed. But the shock was profound. The U.S. Navy had just learned, in the harshest way possible, that radar alone would not win night battles. Training would. Doctrine would. Clear command structure would. And those lessons came at a brutal cost.